Good getting internet. Today's just going to be a quick covering the games I've been playing lately. I haven't really been doing much. It's also really late at night if you can't tell from the time being 2:25 in the morning. Um, my kittens have not been very good kittens, and I am extremely tired from their antics this morning. So, just thought I would quickly go over what I am playing. Um, just recently played some tabletop simulator with a group of friends. I'm not going to bother launching that. In fact, I'm actually going to go offline. That way I don't have friends asking me why I'm starting and launching games at 2:25 in the morning. First off, so Tabletop Simulator. I have been playing board games with my friends every Friday and usually Saturday or Sunday as well for a while now. One of the friends located in Europe, the rest of them are back in the US, and it's a good way of being able to socialize with my friends. Unfortunately for me, there's less socializing than I prefer, and playing virtual board games doesn't quite have the same kick to it as playing IRL board games to me. And Issun is being loud. The second thing I've been doing is playing Factorio. So, Factorio, I am certain that I've recorded a video on this before, but Factorio is a factory building game, two-dimensional. It's been around for a long time. I have the expansion Space Age. For people who like building games, Factorio is probably one of the best. I have been working on this game, which is a single-player version that I've been doing for a while with biters enabled and all of that fun stuff. I do have a couple of mods enabled, but they're all like what's the term? Quality of life mods. They're not really anything that affect how the game works. And I am completely out of power because I am out of water uh, because this isn't warm enough. Don't know why. Weird. Anyway, I've been starting to work on a kilo. I'm betting it's probably just that this line's too long now, isn't it? Yep, that's what it was. Okay. Anyway, I'm working on a kilo at the moment, which is the last of the planets. So we have Novice, which is the one that you start with, and is the one that you start on in base Factorio. So Novice, my base is fairly large at this point, and I have been doing due diligence to keep biters away from me. I don't normally play with biters enabled, but in this case, I did want to. Just it's set for default settings effectively. I'm doing fairly well at keeping biters at bay, mostly because I cleared out a massive amount of area. My base itself is fairly minimal at the moment. I am working on converting into a mega base, so there's lots of gaps where I used to have base stuff because I've been slowly pulling them away. I did pull a few designs for nuke reactors because I didn't feel like thinking about it. But otherwise, this is my design. It's a fairly simple one. This was meant for how many science per second? What was it? 2.5 science per second. And I'm currently upgrading to 15 science per second, which is started up here. It's going to be a bit before I finish it, though, because I wanted some kilo tech first, which I now have received. You can see that I'm actually generally at about 120 science per minute. I have broken 1,000, though. It really depends on what I'm researching. Anyway, I just have a few things going on. That can be. Looks like my coal field is finally running out over here. I've got a backup one right here anyway. Well, that's the backup uranium. Backup coal was elsewhere. Oh, that's right. Backup coal is actually over here. Yeah. Anyway, not really much to say about this. I've already incorporated Volgorin and Vulcanist tech into Nalvis, but once I finish shipping off a kilo things, I'm probably going to revamp all of Novice and get it ready to go for mega basing, which I've never actually done a mega base before. Next up, I have Vulcanus. My Vulcanus is a relatively large setup. We've got worms still. I've tried to minimize the amount of worm damage that I did. I actually was able to, for those that know about Factorio, usually tungsten ore is only found in these areas that are reserved for worms. I actually, this spawn happened to have a small strip of tungsten ore available without having to go into a worm area. So I was mining that for a long period of time. I eventually took out, I think it's a total of 3 worms. I think it's 1 worm here, 1 worm here, and 1 worm up here. Something like that. Because I started running out of resources. Otherwise, I have not really changed much about the setup other than this is ready to go for a 15 science per second. It's actually more than that, but I'm also running with whatchamacallits, quality modules. So some of these are going to end up outputting as different varieties of orange science. So I overestimated a little bit, but also Vulcanus is the easiest one to mega base. Like seriously, Vulcanus is really easy to do this. Gleba is awful. I set up an initial base. My initial base was down here. I started getting things. I got enough science to be able to research my first tech and went screw it and downloaded a base because I hate Gleba. I hate Gleba so much. It's just not fun for me. And the whole point of me playing games is to relax and have fun. I don't want to have to think. And Gleba was constantly of, okay, I need to get these ratios exactly right, but also need to make sure that I'm getting these resources in at the correct rate, except that the resource rates are not consistent. They brought all of the time, and I just did not want to deal with it. So I downloaded 2 maps, this or 2 blueprints. This one was the smaller blueprint to get ready for the larger one, and this is the larger one that just recently came online. I'm still missing 2 rocket silos, but that's it. Although I have rocket silo production. Why are you... You're missing concrete. Oh, I just don't have enough concrete. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So this is what I've been working on over here. Then we have Fulgora, my baby. I really like Fulgora. It fits my playstyle really well. So it's the opposite of Gleba in every way. And I have been working on getting Fulgora up and running at the full science rate. I'm still struggling a bit. I need to expand my resource processing a bit more. But I have, for instance, I have started setting up another scrap facility over here, the 23 million patch. I have this one at 41 million that's currently active. You're hearing a microwave in the background because Creator was using the microwave. There's a 43 million scrap mining facility over here that's running. And basically, yeah, this one's not currently in use. I'm going to make it in use and put it over here eventually. But at the moment, I'm not processing as much scrap as I need anyway. My original scrap processing area was over here before I moved it. Let's see. This is the one place that I do pave everything over. I'm not generally a fan. A lot of Factorio players like to pave everything in sight. I just think that looks ugly. But in Fulgora, 1, there's nothing alive anyway. Just noticed. And 2, it's actually helpful. So yeah. For Fulgora, this is my original science setup. I'm losing stuff here. That's fine. They're just damaged. They actually have turrets around for the hatching biter eggs or pentapod eggs. Anyway, this is the original science setup. The original science setup was 2.4 science per second. The new science setup is up here, and this is much larger, and it's 11.25 science per second at the moment. And this is a little bit of a misnomer as well, because I'm actually getting a bit more out of it, I want to say. Or is it that I needed... there was something with it, I don't remember now. But the problem is that I do not have enough homeomore in order to be able to handle this. So that's what I'm currently working on, other than a kilo. Also, I have my ships. So a couple of the ships I downloaded, but not too many of them. So these ships were downloaded blueprints because it's a small ship. There's not really much I wanted to do with it. I just wanted a simple thing that worked. These larger ships, on the other hand, are ones that I designed. They work fairly well. The standard big hauler design that I have, which that's what this is, works very well for the inner planets. And then I have a long haul design that's just a modification of it. It's a bit taller, added in nuke reactor rather than just solar panels, eliminated all of the accumulators because I don't need it, and then added in the artillery. I still need to design a ship for going into the edge, but I'm also not there tech-wise yet. So yeah, that's been my Factorio playing. Factorio's been the game I've been mostly playing because I don't have to think about it. I just, like, if I'm brain tired like I am right now, I can just piddle around, optimize things, and it works well. It's a brain dead activity for me, which apparently for a lot of other people, that's not the case. I did relaunch Starfield briefly just because the new update came out, but I haven't actually played it. VRising is a game that I've been playing with a group of friends of mine. It is a... how do you even describe VRising? Kind of like an MMO, like, minus the massive part. So it is a multiplayer game, and I would not recommend playing it outside of a multiplayer game. I'm just going to launch it really fast. As my computer launches into orbit for fan noise, it does this in this screen for some reason. It's because it doesn't limit the frame rate for some dumb reason. Anyway, this is a multiplayer map, so I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch, but I just thought I would show the castle, and that's about it. So I'm hosting this for my friends and I to play. So we're playing roughly once a week, every week, on Tuesdays during my lunch break. I just take my lunch break to play games instead of eating lunch, and my friends join me before they start their day. They get up really early for this, so I appreciate that. Load things in. There we go. And yeah, let me just switch over to wolf form really fast. So the camera is directly in front of the screen because I'm not really playing while I'm doing this. But I have been collecting various prisoners of high blood types to try and get us some really good blood. We have two 100% at the moment. I'm hoping to be able to get this brute over here to 100% as well. This is a end game castle for reference. We have the blood homogenizer to be able to merge bloods together. So for instance, I'm currently running warrior rogue blood. Works really, really well. We have some of our wood and stone production area upstairs, which is where I'm at right now. In addition, we have our gems and jewelry area over on this side. Gems, jewelry, little outdoor patio area. It's nice. And we also have tailoring upstairs, which is what's over here. So tailoring, leatherworking, etc. We have lots of teleporters around because I am lazy and don't feel like moving around a bunch. This locked in area is communication with surfers lost. I'm literally the surfer. Game, you're drunk, go home. Are you going to relaunch and let me move around a little bit more to show off the rest of the place? Or are you just going to sit here and be dumb? I think it's going to just sit here and be dumb. So I'll just exit. Let's see, what else have I been playing? I downloaded I haven't downloaded it, but I added House Flipper to my games because it was free. I did hook back up my VR system. Let me just... I don't have pause recording. That's weird. Um, kind of can't see it behind me. You might be able to see it. It's right there. I hooked back up my VR headset and got it running again. There's some weird issues in Linux for VR that I haven't bothered troubleshooting yet. Because all I was doing was seeing how make sure that it still worked, because I bought 2 new lighthouses for it. So when I move, I can have a much larger setup, and also be able to handle things like my hands behind my back and that type of thing. Inclusion. For VR, I mostly end up just playing Super Hot and Beat Saber, although I don't have Beat Saber installed at the moment. And mostly putzing around in Google Earth VR, which is actually fairly immersive for me. It was something that I really enjoyed during the pandemic. Otherwise, the only other game I've really played is Mini Motorways. The reason why it's no longer installed is that I have 100%ed it. That is 160 different achievements, all of which have been done, and some of these achievements are really rare. So, yay me. Mini Motorways was a good puzzle game for me because it was a relatively quick but not super quick game that I can just play like, hey, look, I'm finally relaxed a bit. Let me activate my brain before I start wrapping things up and heading to bed. So yeah, I haven't really been doing that much gaming lately. It's just that I'm spending a lot of time because I'm basically letting Factorio run in the background while I do other things. Sorry for the minor things today. Also, my cats are being dumb. Here, I will show a cat. He is baby. He is baby. You are baby. This is what you get for being baby. So I hope this wasn't too boring for you, Internet, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Or today, because it's 2:40 in the morning. Bye!